Hello, welcome to episode 187 of the Datapack tutorial series 1.2, 1.4. Almost made a mistake because of my speaking already. That's a good sign. We're going to be doing a mob with the bossbar. This was a request by Sin Reiner. That's what I'm going with. It's CYN-R9R. I'm sure I've got your name wrong. I always do. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get into this sort of mode. That's a little bit better. Okay. I have a function. And I can summon. Bang, there you are. Oh, woo, the evil boss. And as we hit him, the boss bar will go down, and we can punchy till he's dead. Okay. Now, you will notice the last time I punched him, his health didn't go down. We have a choice there. We can either have it so it goes to nothing, in which case the boss bar is empty, and it looks like he should be dead, or we set it to 1. And then he's got a little bit of health. And it looks like we did no damage. Or we could do... those two things we'll deal with in this video. But what you could also do is you could multiply the damage by a certain amount. And have it more specific, more precise. That we're not going to do in this video. Anyway, let's get on and build it now. There is no cut. We're just going to go straight to the Datapack. Okay, straight to the Datapack. Let's start with the load. Oh, well, do you want to have a quick look at the functions I've added? So inside my namespace function, I've added the folder admin and the folder bossbar. Inside admin, we have a reset. That's going to help us with testing. And inside bossbar, there are my functions. And we'll be using the load and the tick. Okay, let's go straight to load. I need a Boolean value to tell me, is my mob active? And we're going to use this for a bit of efficiency, really. We're just going to check, is this score 1? If it's not 1, we're not even going to bother ticking. And if it is 1, then we will tick. So that's what this is for. But let's do scoreboard objectives, add, and we'll add a Boolean. And if you've seen my videos before, you know I like to say Boolean if it is just a true or a false, a 0 or 1. Or more precisely, a 1 or anything else. I consider 1 true. Anything else I will consider false. And we want to store its health as well. Now there is a criteria for storing health, but I think it only works for players. So we're going to make a dummy for this one. And we'll call it mob health. And it will be a dummy. And we'll save that. Bye-bye load. Okay. Now we need to summon the thing. So let's go to summon the mob and init, and initialize. So we're going to execute summon. A Minecraft, do you want to autofill if I do that? No, of course you don't, because I've made a spelling mistake. Minecraft husk, and we will run a function init. Now this function here will be run as the husk we are summoning. So in the same tick, we're going to summon it, and then we're going to run this function as it. So we can do some stuff to it. So let's go off to init and do some stuff to it. I'm going to tag it. So let's do tag add s add. I'm just going to say my mob. That'll do. Tag everything. Now we want to create a boss bar. So boss bar add my boss bar. My boss bar. You can call it whatever you like. My boss bar is what I'm calling it. Don't use capital letters. If you put a capital letter in there, it'll get confused and it won't work. And we need something to display. So let's do a bit of text here. My husky boss. Exclamation mark. Okay. Now, who can see this boss bar? Is it everyone? And that's what we're going to go with. So let's just go with everyone can see it. Boss bar set. My boss bar. Because we haven't defined a namespace for it. So, and we'll say players. Who can see it? We'll just say everyone. Now let's give it a max value. The max value of a husk, probably 10 hearts. So that would be 20 half hearts. So let's do bossbar set my bossbar max to 20. We'll set its current value. Well, we want to start with full health, don't we? So bossbar set my bossbar value to 20. If we set that to 10, it would start with, or the bossbar would be halfway empty already. We don't want that. 20. Let's give it a color. Why not? Bossbar set my bossbar color. I'm just going to go with green. Green. Set the active boolean. So this is the boolean we made in load. And this is basically going to be a 0 or 1. If it's a 1, my boss is alive and it exists and we will tick. So let's do that. We will scoreboard players set. We won't set it on to the entity itself. We'll make a fake player. Mob active. Let's call it that. Mob active boolean equals 1. And now let's set the health. So we'll do scoreboard players set. We will set this on the mob itself, mob health, and we'll set that to 20 because that's what it has by default. Okay, so we've got something we can test there. Let's go and test that. Let's test it. Let's do a reload. Let's change out of that view and let's do a function summon. Oh, cool. So Husk has arrived, my husky boss, but we can punch it, nothing happens, and we have no reset. So let's just get rid of that. Let's make ourselves a reset. Always helpful for testing. In the admin, remove entities. Okay, well it is a husk, so we'll just do kill any entity whose type equals Minecraft husk. We'll remove the boss bar. Can you remember the name we gave the boss bar? Boss bar remove. We called it my boss bar. There we go. And if we've removed it, it's not going to be active anymore. So we better do scoreboard players set mob active boolean is 0. Let's save that. Let's go and do a little bit of test. It's going to look the same as last time, to be honest. Reload, but now we have the reset function available. So let's do function reset, and that should remove our boss bar. Yes, it does. Let's do the summon again. Summon. Wow. Sorry, I just one hit you, but okay, that seemed to work, and we now have the reset. Cool. But obviously you just noticed I killed it, and it didn't adjust the boss bar in any way, shape, or form. So we need to tick. Let's go to tick. Update the boss bar if the mob is active. That's why we made that score, so we can execute if score mob active boolean matches 1. Then we will run a function tick update. Okay, that's all we need for that. Let's get rid of all those. Let's go to tick update. Is it alive? So we'll do execute as the nearest type equals, can we just say Minecraft husk? Yeah, we gave it a tag, didn't we? Tag equals my mob. Run function is alive. But what if it's dead? Okay, so we'll execute unless the nearest type equals husk. Oh. I've missed a keyword here. Unless entity type equals husk, and now you didn't autofill for me. We'll just start typing again. Minecraft husk tag equals my mob. Run function is dead. Okay, so we're ticking. If the mob is active, we will tick it. In tick update, we'll say, okay, let's run as that mob, and let's run the isAlive. But let's also check. If it doesn't exist, then we'll run the function isDead. Okay. So let's do isAlive first, because that makes more sense. We'll get its current health. So let's do execute as n type equals, let's just start typing husk, Minecraft husk, tag equals my mob. Hang on, we're already doing that. I've gone crazy. Let's look in tick update. isAlive is already being run as the nearest husk who's tagged with that. So we don't have to do that. We can say at s. In fact, there's no point saying as at s, because that is who it's already running at. So we just say execute. Store result as a score on s. There we go. And we'll store it into your mob health, and we will run, and we'll do a data get from an entity at s, and we'll get it from your health. Okay. So just to reiterate, since this function is already running as Minecraft husk tag my mob, we can just use at s. And we're going to get its health, and we're going to save its health onto the mob, not anywhere else, onto the mob, into mob health. Now here we have that health adjuster. We're going to leave that for now because it's optional. And let's set the bossbar value. Execute, store. It's always nice when you can type properly, isn't it? Result onto a bossbar. Minecraft my bossbar. Well, we haven't been using namespace, so let's not use it this time. Its current value, not its max, its value. Run scoreboard. Players get add s mob health. Okay, so we saved the health onto at s, and now we're transferring that health from at s to the bossbar. At s being who we are running this function as. Well, let's give it a test. Reload. Summon. I'm going to punch you. Where? Oh, you're a baby. I'm so sorry. Ah, that's better. Okay. Oh, you little. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry anymore. Come back. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. Seems to be working as the health goes down, but when we kill the entity, it's no longer there. So we can no longer check its health, and we can no longer update the boss bar. Okay. Let's do our reset function. That's why we have it. Makes testing easier. So isAlive. Let's leave this for now. We'll come back to this later. Let's do the isDead. So we're ticking if it doesn't exist. Now we're only ticking if mob active equals true. Okay. So we're only ticking if mob active equals true. Now, if it is dead, I think the first thing we should do, or one thing we should do rather, is just scoreboard players set mob active boolean to 0. Don't bother ticking it anymore. It doesn't exist. It's died. And let's remove that boss bar as well. Boss bar, remove my boss bar. And let's send a message. We will tell Raw, all players. We'll have a little bit of text. And we'll go, the wicked, evil boss. Stop pressing S. Don't know what my finger is. It's like alien hand syndrome there. The wicked evil boss has been destroyed. Okay, let's give a test there. Let's see what we get now. Let's do a reload. Let's get our summon function. Hello. We'll slap you. We'll slap you. Let's do a little bit of punching. Okay, notice his health. That's probably 1. Ah. It's still alive, but the boss bar kind of says you've got no health. And he's dead. The wicked evil boss has been destroyed. Okay. Cool. This is all good. Now, this is what I was saying about this optional thing on is alive. We hit it, and let's look at it. Actually, let's look at it. Let's summon another one, and we'll do a data check on it because it's always worth doing. So we're just gonna come here. 1, 2, 3. We'll get you low. We'll get you again. Now we'll data check you. Data get. Do you want to stand in front of me so I can get you UID? No? Okay. Nearest type equals husk. And let's look at its health. Here. Where's the best place? There we go. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines down in the middle. Health is 0.49. So really it's 0.5. But I think the boss bar is only going to deal with integers. So 0.49, still going to say 0, which is why we've got nothing there. And so this is a personal preference thing, really. Do you like it that he's still alive and the boss bar says 0? Or what we can do is we could just say, well, if it equals less than 1, add 1 to it. So we could do execute if score at s mob health matches less than 1, then run scoreboard players set add s mob health to 1. Is that capital S? It is. That's a common mistake I make. So now what we're doing, if it's less than 1, so that's going to count like 0.49 like we just saw, it's going to set it to 1. So let's do a test on that. Reload. Let's summon someone new. Hello. Where are you? Oh, baby again. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You're horrible. You're horrible little things. Come back. See? That's how horrible you are. So we can punch him, punch him, punch him. And if we punch him now, it didn't go down in the boss bar. So it's gone down to 0.49, but we told it to set to 1. So at least we can see boss bar says you have health and he's still alive. And when we do the last punch, he's destroyed. Now, another option would be to make it a little bit more precise. So instead of checking, if you're 20, we set the max to 20 and then we take 1 off each time. What we could do is we could sort of do a multiplication. We could set the max to 200 or 2000 and make it a bit more precise that way. But for a simple video, we're keeping it easy. Which do I prefer? I think I prefer this way. I think I prefer that the last hit... There we go. The last hit did nothing. But we can still easily check, oh, he's still got health. I think I prefer that. So that's where we're going to end. We are summoning a mob. And we are attaching a boss bar to it. Is this going to work with multiple mobs? No, not really, because we're hard coding the name of the boss bar. So, well, let's find out. Let's see what happens. Let's do a summon. And let's do another summon. We'll notice that we have one boss bar, but we have multiple entities. What happens if I punch one? Okay, what happens if I now punch you? It's gone up. It's gone up because I punched you, but you probably took the health from you. Oh, no, now it's gone down. Okay. It seems to be entirely dependent on which mob it wants to detect. Is it you that's currently being detected? No. Is it you? Ah, now you're both losing health. Nope. Okay, so it's you. So as you can see, this clearly doesn't support multiple mobs. We are just making one boss bar for our one mob. So the idea... Oh, you're a potato. God, if I was in survival multiplayer, I'd be very happy with that. That threw me right off, that potato. So the idea being is the husk is your boss, and you're summoning one boss bar. Could we do a similar thing for multiple bosses? Maybe 3 or 4 appear at once. Then, yeah, I think we could. I haven't even thought about it. I guess maybe if we want it to be completely dynamic, we maybe would have to use a macro, and each boss bar would have to have... Each boss bar would definitely have to have a different ID. And maybe the ID would be linked to each mob's probably a score. So we give each mob a score, and then we would use that score to define its boss bar. I don't know. We're not doing that in this video. We have one boss. It's a husk. We destroy it. There we go. Anyway, busy me. Thank you very much for the idea. I enjoy playing around with this one. And I'm going to crucify the name again. As I said, it is CYN-R9R, so I'm going with Sin Rainer. The Rainer of Sin. Oh, that sounds quite cool, actually, now you say that. Anyway, thank you very much. I got distracted again. I'm so busy. I will see you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.